My name's Ben Bentley and I'm one of Interfit's sponsored pros in the UK. Today I'm going to show you how I use the S1 system as part of my ongoing Cosplay Portrait Series. So the project itself started about 3 years ago. I knew that I wanted to try and capture a series of portraits at comic conventions across the UK and then later even further afield. So the project itself is based around the idea of people attending comic conventions and dressing up, which is commonly now referred to as cosplay. I've been attending comic conventions up and down the UK and in the United States for a number of years now, and I realised that I really wanted to try and create a series of portraits which captured the cross-section of people who attend these events and spend quite often either a lot of time and or a lot of money creating these costumes for characters that they have some sort of connection to. And instead of the snaps and the ad hoc sort of photos that I would see online, I wanted to bring another dimension to it. I wanted to try and treat these people and their costumes as seriously as they were treating it. And as a result of that, I decided that one big studio light used on location would help me create a style of image that I wasn't previously seeing online at that point. So my 3-year project is drawing to a close. I've got potentially 1, possibly 2 more shoots to go until I eventually look at exhibiting an entire body of work. But what I'm going to do today is show you a recent convention that we attended in the UK, an event called For the Love of Sci-Fi, which was held in Manchester just before Christmas. And what we did was we actually set up outside, because a lot of these events is sometimes tricky when you're working with bigger lighting systems to sort of set up indoors and whatnot. It's a safety hazard if nothing else. So we try and find at each event a location which is kind of unique to that event. So this one, for instance, was held on an industrial park. So the shots quite literally reflect that. What I quite like is the idea of juxtaposing Rick and Morty, for example, with literally a business park in Manchester. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to show you a little bit of how we actually achieved the shots and the look that we were going for. Since starting to use the S1 system, one of the things that I've really enjoyed is being able to handle the changes in weather a lot easier than I was doing before. So the ability obviously to shoot with both normal sync and then high speed sync should I require it is really great. In Manchester we were moving between a couple of different locations, some of which had some open shade, which was great, and some of which was just purely direct sunlight. So being able to really fight that sort of inbuilt shutter speed and to break that boundary was super important, especially for some of the images later in the day when the sun was going down but really came through the clouds. What I really like about using a modifier like this is it's super quick to put up, and it's creating such a great soft quality of light, and with it being such a large softbox I don't have to have it as super close as I might do in some situations, but at the same time I'm getting a great coverage of light. It's super important to me to use this kind of light and this quality of light, because that's really what separates the images in this series from the other images that I associate with these kind of events. So the idea that I can really bring some separation and some dimension is super important to me.